Hey, little man. Yeah, where are you going? How's your first night in your own bedroom? Huh? Good boy. There we go. That's my little man. Alright, I'm here in the land. These guys have been here today without me. Right now we're going to take a look at the progress they've made, and then we're going to get some trees in the ground. I'd very much like to have this stuff planted before the end of the day. So let's take a look at the progress, and then we'll kind of see where we are. Alright, here we are in this final corner, and it looks like they're done. They've chipped everything. We've got piles of wood chips everywhere, which is a beautiful thing. This is going to be very useful. They've got fires on a couple of these stumps. Example, this stump here, this was a big guango tree. They got a fire on it. We killed this stump, so now we don't have to worry about it growing back. But we do have the benefit of the roots rotting in the soil, giving us organic matter. Looks like we've got goats. Let's see if we can show. Looks like the goats want to come up here desperately, but they're not coming past that spot. We're going to have to push them back because they're going to be a problem. Now, just to show you guys where this guy over here, this guy is, let's see, where he's planting is the last tree that we're going to put in over here. When I say we're done with the large trees. I still have a whole bunch of ebony and a whole bunch of places that I need to plant teak and smaller, slow-growing trees to put in between. These trees are planted 30 feet apart. The reason they're 30 feet apart is so I can put the smaller, slow growers in the middle at 15 feet apart. So at the end, all the trees will be 15 feet apart. The problem is I don't have the smaller, slower growing trees. I only have some ebony. I've got about 20 ebony at the house. We're going to bring those next week. But I don't have any teak, and I don't know when I'm going to get teak. I've got a few yucca left, but not many of those. I think I've got 5 or 6 of those. It's just, those are the trees that are really hard to get. We have cleared basically this entire section. It's all cleared. I'm going to show a bunch of areas to show what this looked like before and what it looks like now. Now here is this bridge. This is where we used to get across. This was the only place we could get across the canal into here because it was so thick. Now we're working on some final touches. All of these trees that we cut down have got strong, well-established roots, and a lot of them are going to keep trying to come back. Now our goal is to kill them all without digging out the roots. We want to keep as many roots in the ground as possible. We also don't want to use any chemicals to do this. So if you don't use chemicals, you're not digging out the roots. How do we kill them? Fire. We put a little fire on top, and we have to be careful here because look at this fire. It's right here next to this cedar tree. We've got to be careful that we do not have these fires so hot they kill the trees. Yeah, we probably have at least a dozen little fires all across this property. Now this is another, this was a big huge tree. Big huge tree here. And as you see, it's starting to grow back. So we need to make sure that it's dead. We need fires like this for these big huge trees, but for the small trees, the small stumps, you only need a little teeny fire to get rid of them. Here's where we put the pipe across the swale and put the road in that allows us to get over the canal and over the swale into this section over here. Now this massive stump is from a very massive tree that we had right here in this location. This tree was so big, I didn't think we'd be able to take it down with the chainsaw that I have. Alright, I've got a 20-inch chainsaw, it's not big, and we weren't sure, I wasn't sure, how we'd get this thing down. And if you look at the stump, you see all we did is just kind of pick at it from every direction until it was gone. But it took quite a bit to get rid of this stump. We left this stump at this height, right where it is, as a reference point. Or come back in a year, come back in 3 years, come back in 5 years. Show this stump and show what this place looks like. Now this is hard to show because there was really no reference point, but we used to have the bees right here. This is where the bees were. So when you see the videos of the bees, when I work on the bees, this is where it was. Now this is what we want all of our stumps to end up looking like. A little hole in the ground. Unfortunately, it's not what happens.